I got some ideas, I got some pals, let's get together and pitch some games. Hello everybody, welcome to another installment of Game Ideas. I am your guy, as always, Reaction Examiner, or Tristan, whatever you prefer, doesn't matter to me. I'm joined by, basically my co-host for this new segment that we created a while ago, Shay.
Hey everyone.
So, we're back again. This time we're not going to complain about Nintendo. We have another bone to pick. Is complain the right word? I feel like our ideas turn into a bunch of complaints.
Let's say creative feedback.
Yeah, oh, that's great, yeah. I didn't really agree with your creative feedback, what you had, but you need to stick it up your creative ass. Okay, so Shay and I, huge Kingdom Hearts fans.
Yes.
And we're here today to get hyped up for Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix HD, or whatever order that retarded name is in. To get hyped for it, because this should be the last Kingdom Hearts game to come out for 3.
Hopefully.
Praise be to Jesus. Please be the last Kingdom Hearts game to
Let
come out
Nomura
before 3.
finally decide it's okay to release 3.
I feel like the problem was Nintendo and everybody else is going up to them like, we need something for a system to help sell it. Would you please make a Kingdom Hearts game? Because that sells like gangbusters. Like, yeah, sure, I'll make, here, 358 or 2 days, here we go. I feel like that might be a big handle with like a lot of developers about why you see a bunch of spin-offs. But it's not going to be the spin-off podcast.
Right.
So we're just going to be basically going throughout a bunch of things that we want to see in Kingdom Hearts, as far as worlds and movies, what we want to implement and stuff like that. And I guess I'll let you kick it off first. You can go with a couple, and then we'll just go back and forth. So what are you thinking? What's something that you want them to incorporate?
Okay, so just because
Planes?
oh, maybe sure. If Sora
No, skip it.
If Sora,
Skip it.
Donald, and Goofy become car/planes, then I guess it's okay. As long as they're being incorporated.
They did become like a lion and a bird and a turtle. Why is Goofy always like a turtle?
Why is Goofy always something really weird? Like in Little Mermaid, he was a turtle still.
Yeah, he was a turtle. He was a turtle in Lion King.
Oh, but Donald wasn't. Donald was like a half duck, half octopus.
Octopus. Why doesn't he just be like a
duck?
Oh, we get about the complaining again.
All right.
So half joking, but that'd be retarded. Oh, like the hood ornament. The hood ornament would be a keyblade.
Oh.
You just ram into stuff.
Oh.
Donald would somehow be like a turtle still, like a turtle car.
Oh, Donald would totally be one of those, the ones that were like the pit crew, the little forklifts.
Oh god, I'm getting angry. I don't want to start off this thing angry. Go into an actual thing that you want to.
Okay, it's from the Disney film Make Mine Music, and I want them to incorporate Peter and the Wolf.
Okay. Is that the one that also has,
there's like one about, a bunch of, high school
Wait a
kids
minute,
dancing.
Is this a cartoon or is this just based off of, the records?
It's an old Russian fable, but, it's music. It's just music. There's no dialogue or anything in the movie.
Okay, so it is an actual movie. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, because each character is represented by a certain instrument in the orchestra.
Wow, Shay, way to go. Super obscure with this one.
But I really loved Peter and the Wolf as a kid, even though the wolf scared the crap out of me when I was little. I think this could fit very well. Like, I don't know. They could easily incorporate this into a thing. Like, with Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm probably going to be touching on this a lot. Little Mermaid's level in Kingdom Hearts 2, how it was more of a rhythm game.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. It's like, okay, this is one of the more classic Disney musicals, very catchy songs. It really felt out of place. It's like, let's go back to Ariel's world, and this time we'll just sing.
Yeah.
Very weird, especially if you listen to like the Japanese soundtrack, which pretty funny. But sure, that could work, I suppose. How about something a little bit more familiar?
Okay, The Misadventures of Mr. Toad.
For a second, I thought you could say The Misadventures of Team Sexy Pets.
No, I know better.
Cross promotion. Oh, well, you don't know better enough. It's like, yeah, I would love to see that, yeah. Tristan and Matilda and Shay could be in the corner talking about Indiana Jones. That'd be good. It's been such a long time since I saw that movie. Is there like a central villain? Isn't it just more like a adventure?
Well, kind of? Mr. Toad, and he's really like eccentrically rich and crazy, and he ends up losing all his estate and all of his family's earning to a bunch of weasels, I think, in a poker game.
Oh, okay.
And he ends up him and his friends end up having to beat the weasels out of his estate.
That's pretty classic. That's one of the more classic things. And then you can make a summon out of that.
Yeah.
Cutting up Mr. Toad's World, right?
Mm-hmm.
To those that don't know, there's been a couple videos of the
game mechanics?
Some game mechanic things. One was like a train like ramming into like the Rock Titan from Hercules, and Sora was like summoning it. And another one was
a pirate ship.
Like a pirate ship, like one of those ones that twirls around.
Mm-hmm.
It was very weird. I think Nomura said that there are supposed to be summons. I think that maybe they might have a level based on like Disneyland or Disney World, and you use the rides to help save it. Like maybe it's gonna be a Godzilla level, and then all these things are like destroying it. And you're like, let's use the rides. Let's save the park by destroying it by smashing these things into the Titans.
Can you imagine if there's it's a small world level?
Yeah.
It's a small world. No, God, no.
And then you summon the Avis. Well, Mr. Toad, yeah. So I don't know if that'd be crazy if that was like a summon throughout the entire game. But I suppose if they're like incorporating like more and more like these Disney worlds, or like, well, maybe let's get away from summoning familiar things, and maybe let's summon other classic Disney things like rides. But I still feel like rides are like, it seems too big.
Rides
just like
seem like they might be stretching.
Summoning a train and smashing into like just a bunch of shadows.
Yeah.
Just overkill.
But yeah, and the other film that was with Mr. Toad was that Ichabod Crane one.
Oh yeah, I watched that a lot. Wasn't that just a short, like, wasn't it only like 30 minutes, or was it a little bit longer?
It was about 30 minutes. I know
that could be.
It was on the tail end of Mr. Toad, so
that could be a good replacement for like Halloween Town.
Yeah,
it's super spooky. I feel like there's a lot of awesome like shorts that Disney has in their vault, and maybe it couldn't like be a whole world, but perhaps the hub world, maybe there's a forest, and maybe at one point you got to go into the forest because there's like the Sleepy Hollow, there's like the Headless Horseman running around. I think that'd probably be a good incorporation of that. I like to see like just a giant, bigger hub world, because Traverse Town
is getting a little stale.
Yeah, and I mean they keep on adding like new ones. Like Hollow Bastion was kind of changing into the hub world of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Was Traverse Town even in 2? It's been a long time. I don't think so, right?
It might have been, but it wasn't the focus. Like,
God, it's been so long. I can't wait to play this HD.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, that was like the hub, and there was like so many different side things, and so whatever. I was just like a nice big world where you go back to every once in a while, and I don't know. It's like, oh, now the bridge has been whatever, so now you can get across the forest. And oh no, there's a headless horseman. Oh shit.
And Johnny Depp could be in it again.
Oh my god. Wrong.
I know.
Wrong headless horseman. That's like, well, we used them already. Let's just.
Well,
technically they didn't because they didn't get the voice.
Christopher Walken, is it okay if we use your headless horseman?
Oh my god, what if it. Sora! You gotta get out of here.
You better run, or I'm gonna get ya.
Scoot closer, children. Let's just do bad impressions to make the listener just stop.
Cavassier. Get that good Cavassier.
Okay. Enough of your. God, I don't even know what era that would be. 60s, 70s. That stuff is old, right?
Yeah, I really went far back. I went through every Disney movie that's in their animated catalog, and I went through and picked the ones I thought would be kind of good.
Let's just wiki this. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. How about that one? Okay. There's a bunch of like Mickey Mouse cartoons that I would think would be badass. I guess like episodes, because there's like great things that I remember. Like there was the one where Mickey Mouse slayed the giant.
Yep.
Do you remember that one? There's that one. There's another good one where it was Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. They went into a haunted house and they tried to get.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I like that one a lot.
Maybe they'd just be like a haunted level. You're just like ghost busting. You do the headless horseman. You're doing the ghost.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other haunted things. Well, something else might come up.
Well, there's a Halloween special with Donald, and he gets the 3 nephews. Except he's being kind of a dick to them, so they end up talking to a witch, and a witch gets a bunch of ghosts to haunt Donald.
I'd like to see Donald. Donald is pretty furious at times in Kingdom Hearts, but I want to see him just go full out blast. Like, what is he saying? Just like question marks for his like subtitles.
Question mark, exclamation point, pound sign.
Yeah, because a lot of those old cartoons, he just like has evil thoughts, like he even like grows like the devil horns or whatever. He's quite the angry fellow. It would be nice to see like actually like worlds or like quest themed on characters.
Yeah,
like Donald going to see his like fellow duck people or whatever.
Oh man, can you imagine a Ducktales level?
I'll get into that. But even just like his nephews and like Goofy, maybe it'd be like a mini game collection where he's doing a bunch of those sports challenges that he failed so hard at. Do you remember those?
Yes. Like there's the one where he's supposed to be playing football, or the one where he's lifting weights.
Yeah, just the narrator or whatever. Yeah, poor Goofy.
Poor Goofy.
He's quite adept now with his shield or whatever. So, alright, let me get into what I want to go into, which is basically the bulk of my ideas is just something super nostalgic to me, which is the Incredible Disney Afternoon, which was a stream of 90s cartoons that came out, and it premiered originally in 1990, I believe, and it kicked off with the Adventures of the Gummy Bears, and then shortly after there's Ducktales, there's the Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Goof Troop, and then followed by like
the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, stuff based on other things like the Mighty Ducks, Aladdin, Gargoyles, stuff like that. But I'm leading into it stuff. But these are great shows. I haven't watched too many recently, but if you go on YouTube, you can actually find a lot of these things in full episodes. Let me just tackle these one by one, I suppose. I remember the Gummy Bear theme, and I watched it on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I remember that, but I literally don't remember anything that happens in the show besides them like drinking gummy bear potions and like hopping around. So I'm gonna skip over that and talk about something that you just talked about, which is DuckTales. Oh man,
DuckTales. Woo!
That's right. Super hyped. Maybe this is a great time to incorporate it, though releasing it sooner would have been better since WayForward just remade the game for the PS3 and PSN and the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And because that game on the NES was one of many awesome Capcom developed games for Disney characters. It was just like back in the time when like licensed stuff was actually good, or at least there was a lot of good stuff. The Rescue Rangers game was great. Aladdin, that was Capcom as well.
Oh, Aladdin was fun. My cousin Jarrett had that.
Super hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so DuckTales, for sure, it's already been proven that it can have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much that you can do. I mean, you can just go to Duckburg. You can, well, first of all, you can go in the mansion, check out all that stuff, fight against the Beagle Boys.
Yep.
Go on adventures. Go treasure hunting. What if there's a treasure that the Heartless are after something?
Do you remember the DuckTales movie?
I do. I remember the Alibaba.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Rip Taylor as the genie.
They could even just incorporate that, and I'd be happy. Or I think it was one of the first episodes of DuckTales where they.
I think the kids would get confused and be like, "This is just Aladdin again. What are you fucking feeding us?"
Or have who is Scrooge's rival?
Oh, the Scottish dude.
Moneybags?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Anyway,
his name.
He's controlled by the Heartless.
That'd be good.
I mean,
for sure that'd work. Or there's the Beagle Boys,
mm-hmm.
of course, and then their mother. I can't remember what his name is. The one you're thinking of, Flintheart Glomgold.
Yeah.
There's also Magica Dispel. A bunch of other random stuff. And
Gizmo Duck.
Yeah, the Gizmo Duck. Yeah, there's so many things that you just do in Duckburg. There's so many things. And then also in Duckburg, of course, you would have, maybe a Donald be centric in the whole plot line. Because you got his nephews. And do you ever remember, was he ever in the show?
Only the
I
first
swear
couple
I've seen
episodes.
A couple cameos.
Yeah, he did make a few cameos. I remember one was dropping off Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That's it. Gotta take care of your uncle. How are they? They're both uncles. Which one's? Where's the dad? How are they all related?
Well, Donald is Scrooge's nephew, and then Huey, Dewey, and Louie are Donald's nephew.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Yeah.
I think it's just a term like
like how the Japanese just throw it out for anyone that's friendly and an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, it just calls everybody Oni-chan. Come here, bro. So that could incorporate that. That could also incorporate, of course, Darkwing Duck. And to the kids that don't know, this is an awesome Batman.
It was
basically Batman Duck. It all ties together because this Launchpad is in all these shows. He was in DuckTales. He was Darkwing Duck. He was in was he in Tailspin?
I want to say he is, but I know he's probably not, since the main pilot was Baloo.
True, but he must have had a cameo or something.
Maybe. Oh, what was the name of that? There was another cartoon that was on Disney afternoons. It was Bonkers.
I was gonna get into that. Yes. So I think just the Duckburg to have DuckTales and Darkwing Duck, that would fit in quite well. And then you bring in Bonkers, which is actually pretty cool because I was researching that a while ago because I was looking into if they had games based on it. And they do, and they're not that great. But researching it, I found out that, and I never thought about this as a kid, but that show was actually going to be a Roger Rabbit show. But they couldn't get the license, so they had to basically rework it and have stuff based on cartoons that are in that universe, but they're made up for the show.
Oh, yeah.
They had the Mad Hatter and stuff, but there was very little Disney people. Mickey Mouse was referred to, but they didn't call him Mickey. He was kind of a shadowy figure. It was very weird, which is I guess Warner Brothers perhaps own a little bit of the rights, so maybe they're the ones that held back. But because Disney owns Disney, so how would there be any rights to just for their own properties. So the only thing I think of is Warner Brothers, I suppose. But I mean, this just made me so sad because like a cartoon based on Roger Rabbit would be so cool.
Well, it is kind of weird because Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a Disney product. So I don't know if maybe it was before they had bought out the company that did it. Because I think it was done by Touchstone.
I can't remember which one it was. Maybe Bob Hoskins was just like, no, not going to be in a cartoon.
I already did Mario.
I did my time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and me talking about all these like cartoons actually makes me want to say that going back to me complaining about how the spin-offs like really didn't make any sense, they seemed forced. You can tell that they seemed forced because they're like, we gotta make them in like a year or two, and we don't have time to make plans with Disney to make all these new worlds. So let's use the same worlds we used before, and everyone loves those Disney cartoons. It's like, yeah, they're great, but once you do them in the game with the exact same level layout, it's like,
Yeah.
come on. So I kind of wish that like the spin-offs would have been like spin-offs into different territories of like Disney stuff. So like it would have been great if like Birth by Sleep was based on all like these cartoons or whatever. Even though Birth by Sleep was actually nice, where it actually had a ton of new worlds.
Yeah.
So
It did incorporate a lot of other worlds, which was nice.
So if we don't get these worlds in 3, I would love to see like a Disney cartoon kind of thing. But I was actually listening to something else that made a good point, where I don't think the Disney the Disney afternoon schedule, I don't think they ever went to Japan, or at least like most of them probably didn't.
No.
Which makes sense because we don't get a lot of like their non-anime shows, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some stuff that obviously carries over because, Ducktales, perhaps they might have got Ducktales because Capcom made the game, and I'm sure Japanese people might have been like, what is this? There might be some marker or something there, but there's probably not a lot of cartoons that came out around there, but that would make sense. That's not as beloved as the movies, probably. But why don't you get back into some more movies that
Okay, so
talk about?
there were some possibilities, like Lady and the Tramp, our 101 Dalmatians, Sword in the Stone, Jungle Book.
Hold on, you're just like cruising through those.
Like, these are ones that I have on my list, but I didn't specifically think they should be included, because parts of them have been included, like 101 Dalmatians.
See, now, the first one was the best, I think the best altogether merging of all the stuff. It's like, we'll have a bunch of cameos and stuff that kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, you're not going to have a world based on 101 Dalmatians that you're just traveling around with dogs and you're fighting like Cruella de Vil.
Oh, can you imagine how crazy that would be to summon all 101?
Now there's a summon. They just like ravage them.
Like freaking Knights of the Round.
Oh my gosh, those are amazing. But yeah, made sense. It was an abandoned world. They all like went to this mansion, and you just found them across the world, and that was like a nice mini quest kind of thing that earned you bonus stuff. So that was great for that. Lady and the Tramp, that really couldn't work because this, there's not a lot of action per se.
Right, not the right kind of action.
Yeah, it's more like a romance, but it'd be nice to see them have a cameo or something.
I would personally...
Sword in the Stone would actually make sense since,
Merlin.
I mean, they've had Merlin, which is actually crazy that they didn't actually have a Sword in the Stone because, I mean, you could make that more actually. It's not, so much. There's more like a battle of wizards or whatever. It wasn't like so much evil as it is just like hijinks.
Yeah.
So much.
Him being a squirrel and a fish and stuff.
You can get rid of the whole squirrel love plot. We don't need to have that in there.
Right.
But yeah, I think that'd be fun to travel on with Arthur.
It would.
Yeah. Just behead Heartless. Also, this could segue great because in either Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, someone also found assets for Woody and Buzz. Or maybe just Buzz. It was at least Buzz from Toy Story. He was supposed to be a summon, I believe is what like the theory is. just because there wasn't like, there wasn't anything world building like that, but there was just like the model. So they're probably thinking that was supposed to be a summon, and then they scratched it for whatever reason. If it was for 2, that'd be really shitty because like, fuck Buzz. Let's put Chicken Little in there, the beloved Disney character Chicken Little. Fuck you, Zach Braff. Where are you now? God damn it. Speaking of that movie in space, does Disney? No, I was gonna say. Who's that nerd? Jimmy Neutron. That's Nickelodeon.
Right.
So let's not get into that. But let's get into the great CG Disney cartoons, which is Pixar's beloved novelty movies of random things. So
random things.
Well, everything's based around a certain aspect of something. They have all these ideas.
I blame John Lasseter's ADHD for most of those problems.
What if? Oh my gosh! What if there was a Pixar world? And the thing is, it takes place in real life. You start off in real life, and you go to that. What's the name of the guy from Cheers?
Woody?
Cliff Clavin. What's the actor?
John Ratzenberg.
Yeah. So you go to John Ratzenberg, and he's having all his dreams, and then you go into his dreams, and then he's doing this voice of
being John Ratzenberg.
Are you doing the voice of one of his characters? Like, man, this is a weird dream or whatever. Or maybe it's a Pixar world that you somehow getting like bumped out of. Like, oh, now we're toys. Oh shit, now we're like bugs. Like, what's happening here? And then at the end, you Bob Newhart it. It's all a dream. It's all Ratzenberg's dream. Booyah!
Oh.
Nailed it.
I think Bugs Life would be a really good world for them to have.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could do it well. You could fight against grasshoppers. It'd be super colorful.
Heartless hoppers.
Heartless hoppers. Yeah, I could do a bunch of cool looking bugs for sure. I think it would be awesome to see like a giant praying mantis as like the final boss. That'd be pretty cool. That's the most ferocious bug I can think of besides like a gross ass spider or centipede. But they had like that centipede boss in Kingdom Hearts 1 in Agrabah.
Yep, the pot thing,
yeah. Anyway, as I'm trailing off here, I think some movies could be delegated to cameos, like Ratatouille. He could be like cooking in a store somewhere, and then Wally could be the waiter and serving food. And Toy Story would work really well. Maybe not
Toy
so
Story
much.
3.
But they gotta go escape hell.
Pretty much.
I think they could just make their own thing too, or because like if Sora and whatever goes in and talk about toys, they could have Sora be like feeling bad about his toys, like I abandoned my toys, how do I feel, or whatever, and then he's having it's all weird things, and or maybe he's like an actual boy, and he like goes back and forth, like you should play with your toys more. And then you get to see the seedier side, like I got toys now. I got my girlfriend. And I got this. You put this up her, her little toy hole. You know what I'm talking about, Sora? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then there's a sex scene.
This is when you incorporate Sora the Pooh. Sora becomes Winnie the Pooh for the level.
But then that would be weird because like he would be Winnie the Pooh, but Winnie the Pooh's a character. It'd be meta. What if he was a toy of himself? Like, I love Kingdom Hearts. I love Sora. He's a great action figure. He'd be like, what? That'd be very weird. Let's see what else. Incredibles, I think, could be an incredible level.
Christmas Syndrome.
Technically, they could just do Marvel, but I want to keep the Marvel and Star Wars universe out of this. It's Square Enix, so as far as they go, just do Final Fantasy and other properties. Don't put in Marvel and Star Wars. That just seems So weird. I mean, sure, you maybe find a lightsaber somewhere or something. It's like, what's that? Not even have it light up, just have it be like a weird, like, oh, it's some weird device. The button on it, that looks weird or something, or like, maybe like Captain America's shield. Oh, Captain America's shield, boom, Goofy. And it's like,
boom,
a famous shield from somewhere made of adamantium. Because they have adamantium in that one, right? Isn't that what the shield's made of? Or is that...
Yeah, adamantium is Wolverine's claws.
Isn't it the shield as well?
Captain America's shield's made out of vibranium.
Ugh.
Which is a space material.
Which is retardium.
Which is unobtainium.
Which is gundanium.
I don't have any more yums.
Yeah, retardium pretty much sums it all up. But I think my top pick for Pixar, top 3 would probably Toy Story, Incredibles, and then probably the Monsters. Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. or Monsters University.
Monsters University can fucking choke on a monster dick. That movie was not great.
But
okay,
Dean of Students could be a Heartless.
She wasn't okay. I'm gonna go on a tangent here about University here. All right, so it's a prequel. So obviously you know what's gonna happen and what's gonna do a Fallout. It's really hard to do a prequel because in the back of your head it's like, I know this person's gonna stay alive. I know this person's gonna do this, etc., etc., etc. So the whole movie is on Mike is scared. He's like, I'm scared. I can do it. Training so hard the entire time. We're like, he's not scary. He's gonna fail. And then when he does succeed, it's like that's not how it went. Then that they backtrack and be like, I guess spoilers warning for this era of not great Pixar films. But it's just, I didn't like the movie that much, so definitely not much University. Sorry to go on a tangent there. I guess if you wanted to incorporate the University, fucking throw Doug in there. I don't know, whatever.
I don't know,
Fuck that movie.
The Dean of Students could easily be a Heartless. She was scary.
She was, but she wasn't evil though. Evil was the boss of the first...
Randall and Mr. Waternoose.
Yeah. And have him be throwing out Heartless to scare children, and they're like...
It'd be almost like Dr. Finkelstein from the Halloween levels. Halloween Town.
You said Finkelstein, or whatever, reminded me of, for some reason, Flubber. What if they had Flubber?
Oh, Flubber would be so weird. That's a cameo movie. Flubber as a summon.
That would be pretty great. That is a very obscure thing that would actually work pretty well to throw in there, because you wouldn't have a Flubber level. That would be
it'd
Rob
be really
Williams
weird.
Running around
in his Flubber powered car.
His Flubber car, or whatever other
helping basketball teams.
Oh, look, here's Inspector Gadget. He's also live action. No live action. The Pirates of the Caribbean was already weird in the first place.
But what about the Lone Ranger?
Again, Johnny Depp levels. I guess you can fucking have goddamn Alice in Wonderland. It's like, whoa, Sora, I thought we went to Wonderland before, but now it's all fucked up. Yeah, Goofy, it is fucked up, because that movie sucks dick, too. Johnny Depp, you motherfucker, ruining Disney movies? Son of a bitch.
Can I go on a tangent for a minute about Alice in Wonderland?
Okay.
It's bullshit, because that movie got made, and now Looking Glass Wars can't get made for 10 years.
Because Disney wants the rights?
Yes.
I thought it was a... Oh, no, I'm thinking about them actually trying to do some stuff. Because they had, the army things. It seemed like they were trying to do something for that in that movie. But that movie was just...
It felt like they were trying to do Looking Glass War, but they couldn't do Looking Glass War since they didn't have the rights to the book.
This is literally their planning table, I imagine. What property can we make into live action to put Johnny Depp into? because he sells. Alice in Wonderland. Sure. How the Lone Ranger. Sure. Should we have him do something different? No, just have him do the exact same thing. Maybe make him a little bit more racist. Let's make him super racist in Lone Ranger. Let's make him sound like an Indian. Let's like real Indian. You know what I'm talking about? Like let's give him all the old blackface Indian.
Oh.
You know? let's do that kind of level. Yeah, and like I really like Johnny Depp, and I thought he was awesome in the pirate movies, the first couple at least. But when he takes that and he's literally, I'm sorry for saying literally, but when he is the same character in the other live action Disney things, he was pretty much that as the Mad Hatter. He was pretty much trying to do a quirky, wacky thing as the Lone Ranger. Is there another Johnny Depp thing I'm leaving out that he in a Disney movie?
I feel like they own Edward Scissorhands.
But that was good era on Johnny Depp.
Yeah. That'd be such a weird level in itself. Edward Scissorhands as a summon would be kind of weird. It'd be like Anima from 10.
Edward Penis.
Oh no! No!
That'd be a weird level.
Run, children, run!
I'm gonna finger you. I'm gonna finger your buttholes. I'm gonna steal your hearts by fingering your buttholes. Stealing a bunch of innocence. That could be a Winnie the Pooh level. Trying to steal innocence. That's why Winnie the Pooh went away, and you're helping Christopher Robin.
Plot twist.
He's been finger banged.
Plot twist. The Heartless do get into the 100 Acre Woods, and they turn Pooh into a Heartless.
And then Toad runs out of Peach's asshole. And we come full circle.
So I think you have to deal with Pooh's Heartless and his nobody.
Oh god. His nobody would be like Brother Goddamn Bear.
Oh my god, tie-in!
Fuck that movie.
He's Kenai. No. He's Coda. He's the little bear.
Then you throw in Little Bear for good measure. You know, the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then you throw in the goddamn Berenstain Bears. You got Jew Bears running around. And you got Yarmulkes. I think it's late when we're recording this. It's getting slightly racist. Talking about dicks as well. I think it's time to
now,
end.
Speaking of racist, we're gonna bring this full circle and say John Carter, and that's it.
Is that movie racist?
Slightly.
Against like aliens or against?
Well.
We don't have time for that. Is there any other movies you want to just last quick thing?
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. It's already kind of a Kingdom Hearts movie anyway.
I don't even remember that. Is that like a Mary Poppins thing?
It was kind of. There was live action, but it was animated. It's the kids from Mary Poppins, but not playing the same kids.
Okay. So you got Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears.
Older, but.
What if we had like the Mickey Mouse Club? What if you had like a meta stage?
M-I-C-K-E-Y. You gotta do the ones from the 50s. Those ones their intros were so creepy. Roy!
Oh my god.
Cubby!
This reminds me of a sketch that was on The Muppet Show, which reminds me that Disney owns the Muppets.
Oh, Muppets. Muppets could easily be incorporated, and it wouldn't be that weird.
They would try to make them get a movie, like they was trying to get a movie or something. And the Heartless are stopping them. There's an actual evil Heartless banker who's actually like some organization member that's not dead or come back or something. Or, I don't know, fucking Sephiroth. Lance Bass is back. Get rid of the actor that was in the Advent Children movie, Gary Busey, and put in Lance Bass again.
Oh man, the guy that does Sephiroth's voice in the second game and the movie.
Isn't it Gary something?
I only know that he was the son in Father of the Bride.
Oh, good. Like
he also did the voice of Superman in the animated series.
Alright. Well,
and Justice League.
We are going deep in the rabbit hole here. Thank you for joining us, folks. Tell us, how much do you hate us?
How much?
Please
tell us.
Comments below. But no, tell us, what do you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 3? Or in a spin-off that's actually
more likely
relevant. No spin-offs. I guess Just get 3 out and then we'll talk about spin-offs, for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake.
No more Dream Drop Distance. No more 365 over 2.
Although Dream Drop Distance would have been good for the Ratzenberger story we figured out with Pixar. But they already made a Dream game.
Ratzenberg!
Now I'm a ham. Now I'm a Yeti. Now I'm a...
Now a Mack truck.
Now I'm what was he in Nemo?
Shit, what was he in Nemo?
Was he one of those tank things in the dentist office?
Maybe. He definitely wasn't a pelican. Wasn't the turtles either.
Maybe it was a person.
Maybe he was a person.
Maybe it was Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Oh, we're getting really... Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe.